Hey everyone, hey you lot. So this is going to kind of tap into, connect up with the rune casting that I've done this morning for the beginning part of 219. So earlier on, I was speaking to a dear friend of mine. We were having a chat. It being New Year's Eve morning. We were having a chat and a catch up, sharing as we do. With Matt from Golden Glow Healing. Many of you would know of Matt. And we were talking, and one of the things that he said some time ago was he had this dream where this wall come crashing down. Not only could he see it, but he could really, really hear it. This kind of really huge crashing sound, and this sense of a wall falling down, a barrier dropping away, a boundary dissolving. There's many ways of looking at it, but one of the things that we've kind of we've begin to kind of stir from this, what we've taken from this, is the sense of a feeling of absolute tide of energy, a wave of energy. And I know, as I said in the Rune Insight, there's such a different feel between All Hallows Eve and Winter Solstice. And one of the things that he was talking about with me this morning was that whole thing about, many people say, I want to become someone. I want to become someone. And one of the things that he was saying, it's not about becoming someone, it's becoming more of who you actually are. Okay, and that is absolutely profound. It's not about becoming someone, it's about becoming more of who you actually are. Which you kind of look at that wall come crashing down, that kind of boundary falling away. That in itself, are the layers of self, is that we're kind of looking out into the world, I want to become someone. Well, actually, you need to just become more of who you actually are, your true, authentic self, okay, which is with all your strengths and all your vulnerabilities. How often when you meet someone nowadays, you ask them, "How are you?" "Yeah, I'm doing really well." How are you? There's a lack of something. As I've always said, in my world, the table that I choose to sit at with the people that I want around that table are people that can, just come at things from that sense of from um, integrity, that sense of being who they are, and that sense of the strengths as well as the fragilities. That authentic self, which has a sense of substance. Has a sense of connection, has a sense of depth. Um, over the last few weeks, have been honoured to um, kind of nurture and nourish an experience and an event. And at the heart of that was, bringing people together to kind of share the stories of our lives and how we can then kind of, begin to kind of transform those areas that are, kind of sticking, those areas that we're kind of finding, where the growth is needed, and however shape or form that takes. But when you kind of look at all of this, it's not about becoming someone, it's actually about becoming more of what you are. And that is absolutely profound. And I think that, what stops us? What stops us becoming ourselves? Really good question. Okay, so what stops you being more of who you are? That's a question. What stops you becoming more of who you are? Okay, now in my own experience, going back over time and looking back, one of the things that stops us becoming more of who we are is how that impacts the world around us, how that affects those around us, or how they affect us as we become more of who we really are. I shared a very important video and a very important blog and post going back a few months ago, around October, around All Hallow Eve, around Samhain, talking about we are the grandchildren of the witches you could not burn. And there was this real sense of importance to reclaim who we really are and not to apologize for who we are. You know, if we're coming at all of this with a place of heart and a place of integrity, then why should we be apologetic for being ourselves? You know, I've got a book next to me, and this really does really reinforce it. You know, that absolutely F it. That's exactly what's needed. You know, is why should we apologise for being who we really are? You know, we were born with kind of, you know, that energy, that kind of force, that fire, that passion, that light just coursing through our veins. You know, kind of that sense of looking up, gazing up to the stars, and just kind of absolutely shining, you know, illumine the fuck out of everything. You know, that's who we are born as. And I think that as we move into this next cycle of time, as we move into 2019, it's not about shrinking back our light, you know, and not apologising for who we are. Fuck that. No, stand tall, absolutely move forward and reclaim who you are, and absolutely know what is important to you, you know, and not to kind of hold our gaze down to the ground. We're designed to hold our gaze up towards the stars with our feet rooted into the earth. That's who we are. So I think that absolutely, as Matt says, it is not about becoming someone, it's about becoming who we truly are. Okay, the place that we need to go is in. Reclaim, restoke that fucking fire up, and absolutely no more apologising for being who you are, as long as you're coming at it from a place of heart and a place of integrity. You know, stop apologising to everyone around you. You know, sorry I never got back to you. I'm sorry. You know, You know, it's like absolutely, you know, kind of meet it with integrity, and have absolutely take a moment to check in where you are and what's going around you. So as you move into this next year, you kind of move with that stride. You take that step with your head held high. There you go. A few more thoughts may be worth watching the rune casting. These two things will fuse together. So remember, no more apologising for who you are. Okay, you're coming at it from heart. What we need to do is say, and I absolutely recommend this book. You know, it says the ultimate spiritual way. It is no bullshit. It is absolutely clear to the point, and I think that is at the crux of all of this. So, okay, stand tall, gaze towards the stars. Okay, leave that with you. Speak soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.